the directive He, or sometimes in Hebrew called by the Latin He locale, that is the He of location, or the He related to location. This is really very simple. In Hebrew, you can express motion with regard to an object, usually a place, in more than one way. So if we wanted to say, for example, that someone was going to the underworld, say, we could say he was going El Sheol. Okay? To the underworld, to Sheol. We could also say the same thing in this way. We could leave out the preposition and attach to the end of the word an unaccented syllable ah. She'olah, She'olah, I should say. This is unaccented. The old grammars say that this is a remnant of the the accusative case ending in Hebrew. Newer grammars, based on Ugaritic evidence, say that's not true. That it's not real. The old accusative case ending in Hebrew was probably a short a, not a long a. But in any case, whether it is or is not the accusative place ending, it functions in much the same way as the accusative of direction might. So you can say, I am going to Egypt. You can say, going El Mitzrayim, or even, El Mitzrayim. Or you can say simply, going Mitzrayimah, with a K on the end. I cleaned this board now, it's really slippery. Mitzrayimah. So this extra ah syllable on the end is whether or not, and it's probably not, remnant of the old accusative case ending. It sort of has an accusative function. In fact, we'll find as we go along in Hebrew that we get sort of accusative functions used a lot in Hebrew to express adverbial ideas or whatever. They're not marked with this ah ending, but sometimes you'll get nouns used as in an adverbial way, kind of a remnant of the old adverbial accusative. In fact, sometimes in Hebrew you get this same He directive used with motion away from something as well as motion toward it, but you don't have to worry about that now. How to translate this? Well, in terms of translation, you can translate it just the same way that you would translate the preposition el. So if I was going to the land, okay, whether we have el ha'aretz or whether we have ha'aretzah, either one of these will be translated to or toward the land. So if we're saying the king sent the prophet to the land, we can say it in Hebrew either this way or this way. In English, either one of them would come out to the land. Now sometimes you see this translated, this is roughly the functional equivalent in English of adding the ending ward, from our preposition toward to something. So we say sometimes, I am going heavenward. You see that in the hymnal. Or what's another way we use this in English?
Downward?
Downward, there you are. Upward, yeah, upward, downward. This is exactly the same thing in English as this He directive is in Hebrew. So you can translate this earthward, I suppose, if you wanted to, or toward the land. But most of the time in English, it comes out better just to translate it to or toward. There's not a lot to that, yeah.
Is that just used like to a proper place?
No, it's used with common nouns like house,
How about her horse?
Pardon?
How about her horse?
Her
Susa.
horse? You went to
Her horse. Susa.
Susa? Well, that's not the directive. Hey, that's actually it actually looks different as well. Remember, her horse, Susa, has a mapik in it as well. So if you want to say toward her horse, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would not put, you would not you would not do that. No. Now you say, well, this is a consonant. You're not adding a vowel to a vowel, but I'm sure that doesn't ever happen. I can go back and check it. By the way, so if we were going to say this in Hebrew, we would say to or horse that way.
Okay.
It's mostly used with place names and with things like houses or cities. You know, words like city or house or, you know, land, places that you physically go toward, you know, something that is itself a place, not a thing. I mean, a house is a thing, but it's also a place. Well, this is used primarily with things related to places, not with other kinds of things. You know, you go heavenward, but you wouldn't go, go lunchward if you were going to lunch in Hebrew. Lunch being not a place, but an activity. By the way, for those of you who are interested, since I was busy counting things over lunch, He directives occur 1,093 times in the Old Testament in 930 verses. So you can, if you want to know how common they are, that's exactly how common they are. 1,093 times in 930 verses.